Many years ago, the Five Nights at Freddy's attraction that existed for a while and that some people were able to attend. This first attraction was active for a period, and several YouTubers managed to meet and accompany Scott Cawthon in person to be part of this wonderful experience. It was the first instance where the pizzeria from the first game was recreated, perhaps not so perfectly, in the dream of having a haunted house dedicated to FNAF, which was always present in the collective thought of this community. It wouldn't be until later, with the help of Sally Corporation, that work began on the first major Five Nights at Freddy's themed attraction, with many more real animatronics, carts that would take you around the fair, and everything well themed by a company that had previously worked with others to make this dream come true. Although this project seemed promising, it was never executed and remains discarded content with unknown whereabouts. Now, thanks to the FNAF movies, there's a lot of speculation about the possibility that we might see an attraction through Universal, who have been responsible for distributing the film. But what if I told you that a Five Nights at Freddy's attraction already exists in real life? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the Five Nights at Freddy's attraction located in Saudi Arabia, an attraction you probably didn't know about, but it turns out to be a tremendously interesting location that we would all like to visit someday. With nothing more to say, good morning, afternoon, or evening, and let's get started. It can be said that this has been one of the biggest curiosities surrounding this franchise. Because although for many years the idea of having a restaurant or a horror attraction themed around Five Nights at Freddy's has seemed practically like a dream that hasn't been fulfilled, it seems that the Arabs have rolled up their sleeves to work on a project that feels like a lucid dream. This is the FNAF attraction located in Riyadh, the capital of the Arab country, within Boulevard City, which is where you can find a bunch of other themed attractions from different franchises. But specifically, you can see one dedicated entirely to Five Nights at Freddy's. At first, I thought it was nothing more than a not-so-cheap imitation of the FNAF franchise. But it seems to be officially licensed by Scott Cawthon as far as I know. The thing is, since it's a project located in Saudi Arabia, and obviously most people don't have direct contact with it, it's likely that Scott Cawthon never announced it in such a way, making it a tourist attraction in the city that has caught the attention of many people. As such, it's a complete building where at the main entrance we can see the four main animatronics of the pizzeria: Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, along with the endoskeleton presenting themselves to the spectators while being attended by security guards and a few workers dressed as animatronics. Some managed to record part of the material, and you could see a worker cosplaying as Puppet. And the most interesting thing is that inside the entrance, you can also acquire all kinds of FNAF-related items or win certain things. And yes, this gigantic entrance where we see a Freddy Fazbear, and it's themed with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Isn't it impressive? This same entrance was remodeled to give it the look of FNAF's security breach, completely replacing the statues of the animatronics with versions much more faithful to the characters from the game, featuring Glamrock Freddy, Monty, Glamrock Chica, and Roxanne Wolf posing as we see them being the stars of the show across the entire facade of the establishment. It's simply amazing the dedication and budget given to nothing more than an entrance. And if the entrance seems impressive to you, as well as the actors who play animatronics that scare both children and adults alike, you'll surely be much more interested in what's inside. From what I understand, it's not possible for visitors to record inside the facilities. However, thanks to the official Spacetoon events account, who are responsible for running and managing this establishment, you can see some of the material inside the attraction, letting us see interesting things to comment on. It seems that the establishment has gone through 2 renovations so far. The original one, where we had the terrifying pizzeria theme, where we could see all kinds of animatronic statues, and take a tour inside the place to get a couple of scares. Whether by uncovering the mystery inside this gigantic attraction, observing and admiring the animatronic figures of our favorite characters, or hiding inside the security guard room while being harassed by the original band of animatronics. The whole place is decorated with different themes, from fan-made characters like the ignited animatronics from the joy of creation, to many, and when I say many, official FNAF renders in very good quality, which makes me think that this place is actually something genuine as such. It's just that it seems Scott hasn't had the time or desire to show it to others. And what impresses me is the huge amount of details, and there are even many animatronic costumes, party rooms, and more. They even went to the trouble of creating new costumes for this place or reusing some of the ones that were already in the first attraction that was in Las Vegas many years ago. It seems that for the second renovation, they wanted to theme everything with the look of FNAF Security Breach. I don't know if this was a good decision, since I don't understand if they changed absolutely everything in the place. But from what I see, it seems like they did. But well, the thing is that every place seems to have so many signs, symbols, colors, and everything is changed in such a way that it looks like it's taken straight from the game. Even the animatronics, or at least the suits that the actors wear, seem straight out of the game itself, which gives it a much creepier yet appealing vibe if we see them in person. What I find tremendously awesome is how well themed it is. The whole attraction seems like a pretty faithful and realistic recreation of how the Pizzaplex would look in real life. Something that, of course, would never actually happen. But seeing it in miniature is something interesting that I never thought I'd see in my life. With mazes, narrow areas to hide, areas where we see arcade machines, and much more. I'm not sure if they sell food, but with what we've seen, the food must be themed like Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Just imagine the feeling of eating one of Freddy's official pizzas, along with some chocolate, a drink with your favorite animatronic's face printed on it, an unforgettable experience. And what amazes me the most is that they not only provide you with the attraction, but they even have tons and tons of official FNAF merchandise for you to take home, from shirts, mugs, figures, plushies, and much more. But well, after having seen all this, I'm more than sure that the vast majority of you will want to go someday. And believe me, so do I. I find it amazing and hope the place stays alive for a couple more years, or that Scott creates more places like this soon. Tell me below what you think in the comments about this attraction. Would you like to go? I'll be reading your comments below. With nothing more to say, see you and until next time.